Hey y'all, I'm Shanika Blunt. This is my discussion post on depth of knowledge. So, I thought that Mr. Provost did a great job at the gradual release of his students. He started them off all on the carpet with their learning objectives and their lesson plans and everything from the get go. He said, okay, y'all, we're going to learn about addition and subtraction. And then he modeled it for his students, the I do. He just had a discussion with his students and had them work together on a we do and answer some of the questions. And then as they were sitting on the carpet, they moved to their desk and did individual things together as well as by themselves before moving on to the technology aspect of the class, which I thought was really great. He literally moved with his students physically as well through the lesson, which I thought was great. And so moving on to the technology aspect, I love using technology in the classroom. I have laptops in my classroom as well, and I definitely want to use them more as a way to monitor my students' progress to help them, differentiate their lessons. And so it was just great. They first started off together on a basic website, everyone on the same page, everyone's practicing the same skills. And then as they were held accountable, they had measures of accountability. He said you cannot move on until you pass these 3 games with 80% accuracy, which I think is great. He's keeping those students accountable so that way they are keeping themselves responsible for their learning, which is great. And so as they reach those steps and they're able to move on to their different program that helps them individualize their lessons, I think that's amazing because as they have their individualized lessons, they're able to work on those skills that they really aren't mastering, and like the program won't let them move on until they, as they reach a certain level of mastering those skills and they're able to progress more with the classroom. I think it's great because the students are able to progress at their own pace. I think it's great because it's personalized. Moving on to the last part, like how can this be used in the classroom? It's personalized. It gets rid of all the stigmatism, like, oh man, I got a D, and everyone knows I got a D on the computer. It's like, oh, I felt that, but I can still practice it more until my skills are much better, which is great. And like, I really want to incorporate that to my classroom because next year, well, in 2 weeks when school starts, I know that my students are not on the 6th grade level. There are very few that are. Some of them are still struggling with 5th grade lessons. So I'm going to have to work twice as hard to get my students where they need to be. They lost everything over the summer. So, I think that using my laptops and really using that program and really monitoring my students will allow them to feel more comfortable moving through the lessons because they just think they're playing games. They don't know they're learning. They're like, oh, bubble pop. Oh, 2 plus 2. Okay, move on. It's going to get harder and harder. Oh, what did you get? Oh, you got that score. They just think they're playing games but in all reality, they're learning, which is the best part for us teachers because we just get to just look, okay, Javen's here. Oh, Emma's here. Okay, how do I get Javen up and how do I challenge Emma more? The program already helps us out doing that and we can just do more in the classroom with our students, which is great. Like that's the great part of technology. The only thing is you really have to keep your students accountable because some of them will just click. They will just click. Like last year when I was starting out teaching, I had my students who were just clicking and I was like, why are their scores so low when they're such great students? They were just clicking. I didn't hold them accountable enough because I took over from another teacher. I didn't know what was going on. But now that I know, hitting the ground rolling, differentiation will be within my classroom and my students. They will grow and it's going to be so beautiful. So I can't wait to hear about, all of our great things with our students in this upcoming school year. So thank y'all.